Hey guys, it's Psycho Lord here with the DC Saints, and I'm doing my deck review. So if you want, we can take a look and I'll show you what's up. Okay, start things off with the monsters. Right off the bat, we got Tragedia. He's basic synchro food, can fit in any synchro deck really well. And my deck synchros at the ass, so he's a good fit. Prime Material Dragon. He, not necessarily a card you would think would go in a Psychic deck, but with his abilities, I can combo that with some of my Psychic spells and traps to gain some nasty life points. So, it's loads of fun. Psychic Emperor. I have a combo with him and Mind Master where, again, life points. He's also 24 beat stick and 6 stars, so makes good for some synchros. Chaos Sorcerer. Pretty much splashable in any deck that runs enough darks or lights for it. I'm kind of low on darks, but I have some dark synchros, so that makes up for that. So yeah. Armored Axon Kicker. He's interesting. You can summon him without tributing if you have another Psychic type monster on the field, and with Brain Research Lab, that's not a problem for me. So I like to throw him in there for some easy synchro combos. This guy I just got. He's a nice new addition to the deck. Overdrive Teleporter. I can get him back to my hand to abuse his effect again and again. You pay 2,000 or put a counter on Brain Research Lab. Special summon 2 level 3 Psychic type monsters from your deck. I mean, there's really no downside to that. Then 2 Trickies. I can special summon them from my hand, so they're fast synchros. And they're decent attack. They're not really the greatest, but 5 stars, so they're in there. And then Genetic Woman, she can get a lot of my remove from play stuff back, whether I removed it for Chaos Sorcerer or I did it for my Psychic Life Transfers effect. I end up with a lot of Psychics in my graveyard, so this helps to get them back. And then Destructotron, pretty much any deck you're going to run against is going to have some sort of backfield, so this deck's good to run against any decks that have heavy backfield in it. And with Brain Research Lab, I don't even have to pay for his effect, so that's always good. Hypersynchron. I'd like to run a Rose Warrior in this deck, but I don't have one, so he's my substitute 4-star tuner. I don't really use him for his other effect. And then I run 2 Psychic Commanders, so they are pretty well rounded. They're the level 3 tuners, so they're what I target with my Overdrive Teleporter. So they're good. And then Sangan. He's, this shout out to Master Magician, this is his Sangan. I'm in the process of getting mine back. I don't know where it went. Search engine. I mean, enough said. That needs a dark, so. And then I run 2 Mind Protectors. They stall. They stall really well. They're 22 defense, and if I have Brain Research Lab on the field, I don't even have to pay 500 for their effects. So you're not going to be able to attack if I have these guys on the field, pretty much. And then Krebins, I run 2 Krebins. A guy, one of my friends at Bargain Bills, did a custom coloring job on this one. It's pretty sick. If you can see, it's red. So I'll be the only guy that you know that probably has a red Krebins. So yeah. And then Morphing Jar. This deck, like a lot of decks nowadays, goes through the hand pretty quick. So, you know, get back your hand. That's also helpful for Tragedia, because he gains attack based on how many cards are in your hand. And then Mind Master. Even though he's limited, there are still some really nasty combos you can pull off with this guy. In fact, I've got a new Mind Master OTK, which involves him, Psychic Overload, and Brain Research Lab, and Sacred Wyvern. So, yeah, it's a pretty good combo. And then on to spell cards, I run 2 Psychokinesis, pay 1,000, destroy 1 card on the field. And, well, actually, you take 1,000 and then destroy 1 card on the field. So if I have Prime Material on the field, I gain 1,000. While destroying 1 card on your side of the field, so that's pretty nasty. Swords of Revealing Light, mine's in Spanish, which is pretty cool. Basic stall, you know. And then Psychic Path. This, along with Genetic Woman, is my get back from the remove from play area. I pay 800, and I get back 2 Psychic type monsters to my hand that have been removed from play. Now this one's an oldie. Diane Keto, the Cure Master. I just gain 1,000 life points. There's really no downside to that, so that's fun. Heavy Storm, and then Lightning Vortex, Backfield, and then Monster Destruction. Terraforming, which I can add a field spell to my hand, and I run 2 Brain Research Labs. They when I have a psychic type monster on the field, I can put a counter on it to not have to pay life points for that psychic type monster's effect. Also, once per turn, I can put a counter on this card in order to normal summon in addition to my regular normal summon if it's a psychic type monster. And then when it's removed from the field, I take damage equal to the number of counters on it. However, if I have Prime Material on the field, I gain that many life points, or if I activate one of my 3 Rainbow Lives, I gain the life points. So, Rainbow Lives are a staple in this deck, and they're quite nasty because you never see them coming. And then I run 3 Mind Over Matters. It's basically really cheap Solemn Judgment. I could run Solemn in here because I have the life points to spare, but I'd rather just run Mind Over Matter. And then 2 Metaphysical Regenerations. This goes in the combo with Psychic Emperor and Mind Master. I pitch all my Psychics to the graveyard. I Psychic Overload, I do it again, and then during my end phase, I activate Metaphysical Regeneration, and I gain ass loads of life points. And then 2 Bottomless Trap Holes. They're, a staple. I don't really have to explain their reason for being in the deck. And then Psychic Overload. These are really good. They're the draw power behind this deck. Return 3 Psychic type monsters from my graveyard to my deck and then draw 2. So there's no downside to that. And then Torrential Tribute, Monster Destruction, and then Mirror Force, which, again, Monster Destruction. Alright, and then the last bit is my extra deck. I run 2 Magical Androids. They're 5-star 24 beaters, and I gain 600 for each face-up Psychic on the field, so they can be pretty helpful. And then 2 Psychic Life Trancers, 7-star 24 beaters, and I can remove 1 Psychic type monster in my graveyard from play to gain 1200 life points. So that's always good if I'm in a pinch. Goyo, 6-star 28 beater, steal your monster. Enough said. Stardust, he's in there for some protection. I mean, I don't really use him as much as, most people do because I have 3 Thought Ruler Archfiends that I use instead. Considering most stuff in today's meta targets, I can negate it because the majority of my monsters are psychic. And if I have Brain Research on the field, I don't have to pay, which is also nice. 2 Hyper Psychic Blasters. They're 9 stars, but they're 3,000 beaters. So, I mean, that's always nice. And then Red Dragon, I wouldn't be putting anything in defense, It's not a good idea. Black Rose, bomb the field. 7 stars, not bad. Ancient Fairy Dragon, I can get a field spell if I'm in a pinch, and 3,000 defense, so again, if I need a stall, I can. And then Ancient Sacred Wyvern, this is actually one of the key cards to the deck. His attack is either gained or lost, depending on the difference in your life points and your opponent's. So if I've got like 50,000 life points, which is actually not a stretch for this deck, I've gotten it up there before, I can pretty much bring this card out and then stomp on my opponent for the game. It's actually quite nice, satisfying. And so that's my deck. So, hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, post in the comments. And that's it.